Valentine EX Turk, and I'm back with a vengeance. But no, anyways, I was gonna do a Coliseum battle. Now I have to kind of tone it down a little bit because I'm getting ready to go to bed myself. All my roommates are asleep, so this is Vincent Valentine EX Turk Coliseum battle. We take two Final Fantasy characters or two different video game characters from each different franchises, and we put them in a arena for this battle. Now, the two characters, the ones you see on Dissidia NT, which Dissidia NT has helped me provide footage for some of these characters. So, this actually, shout out to Dissidia NT for that, even though I kind of already over-advertised Dissidia NT as it is, since I have, like, let's see, 30 videos. But anyways, two of the biggest Fabula Crystallis Novia characters, well known, I should say, Fabula Crystallis Novia characters. So we're not going to include Ace in this. So it'd be the goddess Etro, the savior of mankind, the strongest Lucis ever, Lightning Faron or Eclair Faron versus the prince, the king of light, the new heir of the Lucis Cealum royal bloodline, Noctis Lucis Cealum. So to start off with everything, Lightning's weapons is obviously the sword and shield, but she only has the Blitzflare sword in the first game. But she is a Lucis, so she does have at least some supernatural powers. Plus, she could tap into the power of Odin as well, considering her Lucis brand actually acts as her Odin. Now, she is actually the strongest because of all through the games. You know, starting with the fact that even with the teammates, she was able to defeat Orphan, and Orphan was one of the original Fal'Cie gods. And she was able later on, if you beat Final Fantasy 13-2 with the different timeline expansion DLC, Lightning defeats Caius before Caius could put his plans into action. And then also her defeat of the god of light, Benevelza, the strongest and the strongest Fal'Cie, and not only the strongest, but the father of all Fal'Cie. Every Fal'Cie came from Benevelza, and she defeated Benevelza, and by herself, which is very impressive feat. So she's way stronger than Pulse. So that makes her stronger than Pulse is. So Lightning is very powerful as is. Strong, agile fighters, meaning she uses a lot of speed, and also her direct link to Odin is actually what makes her so strong, in the fact that she's been through so many stuff. She came from being a soldier from the Guardian Corps army straight to the Guardian Corps army in order to become the goddess Etro and the savior of mankind, and the one that defeats Benevelza, the god of light, you know. So pretty much that's some pretty big shoes to fill. But let's not forget our boy Noctis, who actually became the most powerful thing in Final Fantasy ever, considering his immortality spirit at the end of the game, meaning he can only spawn back as a spirit, but the fact he was able to have the entire power of his whole family at his fingertips to defeat Arden, the accursed immortal, even though he had to sacrifice his life to do it. So I guess Lightning will beat him on that part of it, at least, since Lightning's still alive and Noctis is currently dead. But anyways, besides all that, let's get to the actual fight. When it comes to speed, I'd have to say both Noctis and Lightning are actually on par with each other. So it would be a draw with speed from what you see right here. They both have the same kind of speed. Now, if you follow the Versus 13 lore, then Noctis is also a Lucis as well. But, you know, we're going to be doing the 15 one. But still, it's connected to the Fabric Crystallis Novia. His connections to all the summons, you know, as well as the fact that, you know, as the power of his entire family, of his royal bloodline of Lucis in Versus 13, which translates down to 15. But that's not the point. The point is, you know, when it comes to speed, Noctis and Lightning are very much on par with each other. When it comes to magic, I'd have to say Lightning knows more magic, because you don't really see Noctis use too much magic. Now, Noctis does use magic, but he only uses a secondary. Even though he could do all the same skills Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto could do, you know, his Chocobros, he really does not. The two things you barely see Noctis ever use, and that's a gun and magic. So when it comes to magic, Lightning actually ends up winning, right? When it comes to the right of magic, considering the fact that Lightning's powerful thunder strikes, plus she puts it inside of her weapon as well. So her Thunderfall is the force of thunder, of 5 thunderous all at once. So when it comes to magic, I'd have to say Lightning would win. Now, when it comes to physical strength, this is very hard to judge, considering that Lightning has fought fought beings of the same power as the rulers of yore and, you know, the Astrals. So that's kind of hard to decide. So I'd have to say they're both equal in strength, you know, in strength, and, you know, and both their stamina's higher. Though Noctis gets his higher stamina due to the fact when he collects more royal arms, he gets his ancestors' powers. As for Lightning, you know, she has a lot of stamina because she started out as a soldier, got branded a Lucis, defeated the most powerful Lucis in the first game, defeated the strongest Lucis that can have the power to control time, which was Caius, and then later on defeat the God of Light. So it's just really hard to talk about physical strength at this point, because Noctis has been through some of the similar things. Noctis took on a whole empire filled with demons, and demons of god level like Idolus and Ravis, and then Arden, all, you know, as it is. And Arden would be really hard because, I'll be honest, I think it's possible that Arden could defeat Benevelza, because remember, Arden's immortal. Of course, yes, this did cost the life of Noctis, so we can't count that in there, considering it costs Noctis's life in order to, you know, achieve that kind of power. So I don't know. I mean, they both fought gods and demons, because Noctis has fought the Astrals in battle. So it's really, this is why they won't. Now I see why you wanted to have a death battle between Lightning and Noctis, because it's a really hard one to judge, and a very controversial one at that, because they're both based around the same thing, if you really think about it. You know, Noctis is kind of a guy version of Lightning, except he didn't start out as a soldier. He's just royal blood who has the power to get his ancestors. I think when it comes to story struggle, I think Lightning has the more struggle factor in here, which I guess will make it a thing for just this death battle. Because Lightning had to train, he gets stronger, you know, even with the Lucis brand. As Noctis just easily inherits the power, because the power of the Lucius Cealum. Lucius Cealum children are just as strong just as strong as at least in, you know, one of the stronger Imperial Magitech soldiers. So even Noctis as a child was pretty powerful, but didn't know until he became an adult, of course, because he's not aware until he becomes an adult. He just gets told this stuff as a kid, but nonetheless, you know, Count Lunafreya out in the Choco Bros is just, it's just going to be really hard. So I guess when it comes to struggle factor, I'd have to say Lightning would win the struggle factor, since Lightning had to get stronger in order to do what she had to do. But Noctis was born with the power. Though Noctis didn't start out that strong in the beginning. Remember, Ravus would have been able to defeat him 10 times over in the beginning of the game. And Ravus would be at least of the power gauge as Lightning's return Snow. So Noctis is far beyond Final Fantasy 13 characters in the beginning. But it'd be like, I think at least I estimate them at the same power gauge as Snow. Because, plot reasons, but Noctis does get stronger. Every Royal Arm makes him stronger. I think after Altissia, Noctis is confirmed to be stronger than Ravus until Ravus gets turned into a demon by Arden, but we're not going to count that fight. So we're going to count with how it is possible with Noctis. He does get at least stronger. Now, not to say Lightning can't get stronger. Technically, Lightning could actually get stronger than Noctis on the fact that Noctis is dead. But let's just go ahead and pretend that Noctis survived. Let's just say Noctis found some bullshit way to cheat death while defeating Arden. So when it comes to getting stronger, I would have to say, it would have to be Noctis, because there's more Royal Arms to get. More tombs to get from all members of the Lucis Cealum family. Even though he mostly got the ones with the rulers of Yore, there was ones that weren't able to become rulers of Yore, but he could absorb their Royal Arm and get stronger. And then he could train with Kor, which Kor survived the Battle of Gilgamesh, and Gladiolus beat Gilgamesh, get training with that, and added on, stacked on top of all the millions of Royal Arms from previous Lucis Cealum kings, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. It makes no difference how much Lightning is trained, if that's the case. Because billions of Lucis Cealums through those years are actually, would make him 10 times stronger than he was. So it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make no difference how much Lightning has trained. The Royal Arms make him 10 times stronger, and there's more of them, considering how much Lucis Cealum have lived way before. Because you can add the rulers of Yore and then the ones that aren't rulers of Yore to his disposal. So if he would have continued that after defeating Arden and somehow he didn't die, I'd have to say, not to be biased, but Noctis would be the winner. Because Noctis' power, plus Noctis is written to be like a Mary Sue. Thanks to Hajime Tabata, Noctis is actually written to be a Mary Sue. See, I'm not that biased after all. Because Noctis was written to be a Mary Sue. Lightning was not meant to be written as a Mary Sue. And you could tell Tetsu Nomura's writing from Tabata. Tabata makes his characters way too powerful. So, since Noctis being written to collect more Royal Arms, defeat Arden and the Star Scourge and all that stuff, pretty much, I would have to say Noctis would have to be the winner based off the fact that there actually is no limit. And not to say Lightning has no limit. Lightning is still young, plus she's a Lassie, Etro, and technically she took Benevel's place as the new god. So her power can keep increasing. But even gods have limited power just a little bit, because Benevelza was limited as he soon to find out when Lightning defeated him. So pretty much Noctis could just keep collecting those Royal Arms until they're all gone, and by that his strength multiplier would be 1,000,000 times more than Final Lightning, and that's what I'm gonna call it, Final Lightning. So I would have to say Noctis would win based off the fact that he's a born Mary Sue. He's a Mary Sue, so plot powers do count as power gauges. So may the crystal be with you. like and subscribe. Try not to get triggered because this is all my opinion. So may the crystal be with you.